an announcement from the England and Wales Cricket Board that yes, the first test squad for the series versus India has been announced. And there are no major surprises when you have to look at what is England's first test squad against India, that the first test that will happen and in Leeds later this month. So, looking at the squad, I'm just going to open to you the squad as to who are all there in the England squad at this stage. The first name, Ben Stokes. He's the captain of the team, and there's no surprises there. Shoaib Bashir is there, Jacob Bethel, Harry Brook, Bryden Cars, Sam Cook, Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Jamie Overton, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Jamie Smith, Josh Tongue, and Chris Wokes. Now, Chris Wokes, if you look at the bowling lineup, is really one of the most experienced when you look at it. When you look at one of the major changes that is there, Josh Tongue is there. He did play in 3 test matches, that is there. Then you've seen Jamie Overton, who's there. There's no Gus Atkinson, by the way. And there is no Bryden Cars, although we all know that Cars is more of a, if you look at white ball bowler, but there's no Gus Atkinson in that sense. And there is no other major changes when you look at the bowling lineup. So yes, you've got Jamie Overton, you've got Josh Tongue, you've got Chris Wokes, Shoaib Bashir. Yes, Bryden Cars is there. Sorry, I'm very sorry about it. It's there in the fourth name. Ben Stokes, Shoaib Bashir, Jacob Bethel, and Harry Brook, along with Sam Cook, Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Overton, Pope, Root, Smith, Tongue, Wokes. That is the way you're looking. Cars is there in that. There's no Gus Atkinson, by the way, because I think he suffered an injury in that sense. So yes, this is the England squad. Now remember, they will be announcing squads maybe for 2 tests, maybe for the next 3 tests later in the month when you look at it. The first test is going to happen in Leeds, and that is when you're going to see England and India. India have already announced their squad, and that is how this is going to be very interesting. So yes, not major surprises and changes in the England lineup. Remember, even they are under transition. If you want to know who are the most experienced in the England team at this point, you have Ben Stokes, obviously, who's the captain. You've got Joe Root, who's just on the cusp of reaching a very special milestone. And when you look at it, he's already reached the milestone, by the way. This is a very important year that you got for Joe Root. 5 tests versus India, 5 tests versus Australia. So that is how this is going to be very interesting. Chris Wokes, he's also been around for close to 10-12 years in the international arena. So yes, this is the squad. Shoaib Bashir impressed in the series versus India, plus he's done well in other matches as well. You got Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett. They have been aggressive in the past, but yes, their real test will come against one of the best bowling lineups that is there in world cricket after Australia. So yes, Ollie Pope, remember he started the previous India tour on a high with a wonderful 196, but then he tapered off later in the series as well. Harry Brook, remember he didn't tour India for the 5 test series, citing some personal reasons. So that is why this is the squad. So again, for people who are joining us, this is the England squad. I had done an earlier mistake. Apologies for that. So yes, there is a certain bowler that I had missed in that. So Ben Stokes, he's the captain. He is there. This is the squad. Shoaib Bashir is there. There is also Jacob Bethel. Remember, Bethel has also been impressive in white ball cricket as well. Then you look at Harry Brook. He will be the key for England if they are to adopt this baseball approach. Then there is Bryden Cars, who's also there. Cars had earlier excluded, but he is there in the squad as well. There is Sam Cook. There is Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Jamie Overton, Ollie Pope, Joe Root, Jamie Smith, Josh Tongue, and Chris Wokes. So that is why this is the squad. Is it a strong squad that England have picked, or do you think there are certain weaknesses? Remember, Duckett, Pope, they do have some good knocks, but then they tend to fail towards the fag end also. Zach Crawley has also been under criticism for not having too much consistency in his career. England, remember, have played a one-off test in this summer. It came against Zimbabwe. And so that's why this is going to be very interesting indeed. So first test squad, England have announced their first test squad against India. What do you think are the changes? Archer anyway was suffering an injury after the IPL. So, Sarat Chandra, you're asking, maybe can Jofra Archer come in? Maybe he could come for the second, third or fourth tests. But remember, with Archer's injury concerns, especially elbow, whether he can make it to a test squad, that remains to be seen. So yes, there is no Jofra Archer. I don't think he will be available for the fighter series anyways because of his injury concerns. So in that way, Sarat Chandra is again saying Pope will fail because he already scored 100 against India. He only scores one versus each team. Ah, very cheeky. Freaky awesome. India don't have the habit of announcing the playing 11 in advance. Will India go with Shardul or NKR? I think both will not play at the same time. Yeah, see, Shardul and KR, you may have to play them because, see, Shardul is a bowling all rounder, Nitish Reddy is a batting all rounder. That is the difference that you've got. So they may have to play both of them. India will score a lot of runs with the inexperienced bowling. Yes. I mean, you look at it, this is a very inexperienced bowling lineup that you've got. So, yes, India can expect to start on an equal footing, but remember, even they are also in a transition. But India's bowlers are far, far better than the England bowlers. So bowling resources are limited for England. That's what Shakti Puri is saying. Yes, they are. And sportsman, what happened to Jack Leach? Is Bashir their lead spinner now? Kind of, yes, because see, Jack Leach, unfortunately, the way his injuries have happened, he suffered a back injury. He's not been the same since. Plus, against India, Rishabh Pant does tend to go after him. So that's why probably they have not wanted to pick Leach. See, remember, this is just the first test. They haven't picked for the entire series. This isn't for the entire series, only for the first test. Later on, as the series happens, they will keep on doing that. So, and that is the thing. Karan, Jurel, Sai, NKR, only two can play. Yeah, Karun will play definitely, but I think you can include an NKR. That's about it. Jurel and Sai Kishore, Sai Sudarshan, I agree. They cannot come in. Sai Sudarshan also won't come in. Rahul Mahapatra, sir, I would still play Sai at 3 and Karun at 5 and will play Shardul instead of NKR, Prasidh, Bumrah and Siraj. Okay. Karun at 3, Gill at 4. And that's how you're going to look at it. Karun at 5 rather, but you'll play Sai at 3. Sai Sudarshan at number 3. That'll be very, very interesting. That squad composition we'll discuss much later. Chris Stokes is the second highest wicket taker for England at home since the beginning of WTC in 2019. Yes, that's a very good start. And Dr. Dave Walker is saying Sai will 100% play in the playing 11. And England will rotate all their bowlers every test, which always hurts them. That's the way you look at it. It's a 5-test series. They will have to do it in that way. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.